命をかけ、あなたは何を望んで塔に登るのですか？
僕は
If you haven't heard by now, Tower of God is the brand new sensation that's sweeping the nation right now in the anime world. It's originally what's called a webtoon or a manhwa, which as a source of media has been steadily rising in popularity. Now, Tower of God itself is slowly becoming the best thing since sliced bread, being one of the best webtoons out there, boasting millions of weekly readers since 2015. Now, Tower of God getting its own anime adaptation is so important because it's paving the way for other webtoons to get known and get their own anime adaptations, such as God of High School, The Gamer, or even Unordinary. Now, those names may seem unfamiliar to you, but to paint a broader picture, Tower of God and the other webtoons I mentioned are like the Naruto, One Piece, Attack on Titan equivalent of webtoons, so getting an anime is kind of a big deal. Now, originally I had decided to watch the anime through and then maybe read from that point, but from episode 1 the story was just interestingly captivating, and the world was weird and looked so fun, and it has the classic shonen trope of having legendary weapons. And before I knew it, it already had me hooked, so I just had to consume more and more of it. But what exactly makes this series so good and well received? Well, one factor in my opinion is how the series opens. It throws us in guns blazing from the beginning as we see the main protagonist 25th Bam fall through the doors into the illustrious tower on a mission to find his one and only friend Rachel as she makes a climb to fulfill her own desires. As he enters, we're given some insight about how the tower works and how you climb it. The way you make this climb is through the completion of these tests given to you by floor administrators. These tests need to be passed in order to be granted permission to ascend to the next floor. This actually brings me to another factor of why the story is so compelling, is because in the beginning we're just like Bam. We know nothing about this tower, its structure, its inhabitants, or how things work, so we end up learning everything alongside Bam. Now obviously this is a common way to begin your story, but this method ends up creating this sort of bond with your character as the story continues. Now I'll be honest, the story spends a lot of time building the world around us and setting the stage for future events to come, so it kind of feels like the story is progressing pretty slow. But you'd be surprised how much actually happens. There's a ton of characters and information that is important to the plot, yet it's woven so well across the story so you can't help but be engrossed in it, episode after episode or chapter after chapter. There's so much more to talk about, but honestly I'd rather save that for a later video, and I'd like some of you guys to either check out the anime or the webtoon and kind of see for yourself why it's so popular. Tower of God has the potential to be the next big anime out there, especially with how much traction it's gaining. I honestly believe in the hype of this show, and if you're looking for something to fill the void of Hunter x Hunter till it comes back from hiatus, this is definitely the show for you. I'm still in the process of catching up myself. I'm actually on season 2 of the webtoon right now, so I still got a little bit more to go. Also, webtoon does this thing where they label the chapters as episodes and they part it into seasons. It's like really cool. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Are there any other webtoons you guys want to see turned into anime? Leave us a comment down below. And of course, if you like this type of content, feel free to drop us a like. And of course, if you're feeling extremely frisky, go ahead and drop us a sub. But of course, I've been Gizmo, this is WeebNClean. Remember to stay clean, and I'll see you next time.